I will tell you, the beauty of college football, as you guys know, is that every single week matters. So I ask you guys, Galloway, you're first. Which team do you see is starting with a must-win?
I'm going Florida State.
Oregon.
Oh, I'm going Florida State. I'm going right out the gates with Florida State. Willie Taggart, dude, it's critical for them week one. And listen, Boise State, we've seen them make magic against Giants in the past. That's way in the past. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Justin Blackmon named the starter yesterday. Like, this is an important game for them to get some momentum and steer off the negative train, because it wasn't but a couple years ago, and it was Florida State and Clemson and everybody else in the ACC. And that train obviously has left. Florida State has to get out the gates early to start their season.
Marty, my bad. I thought you said Joey first. I almost cut off David. But, David, how are you guys going to sit there and tell me about this Auburn-Oregon game, and then you go somewhere else? This is a must-win for Oregon. We talk about the Pac-12 every single season, talk about can they get in the playoff, do they matter? This is their chance. They send out Oregon, one of the better teams in the Pac-12, to prove a point that they can compete with the big boys. Oregon has to win this game. They're on the road at Washington. They're on the road at USC. They got a tough schedule. They're on the road at Stanford. So if they lose this game, it is going to be tough for Oregon to be a team at the end of the season that we talk about unless they run the table and do it convincingly. Oregon needs to win this game.
All right, let's dive a little bit deeper into that game. As you guys know, the last time these two teams played was 2010 in the BCS National Championship when the Tigers won it with Cam Newton. I want to show you guys something. I want you guys to see this photograph. All right, take a look at this picture. And you'll see over in the corner, little spot shadow, you'll see a little guy standing over in the corner. I want you guys to guess who that little dude over in the corner is. It's Bo Nix. They're working hard to get the picture right now.
I'm about to say, I didn't see the picture.
I don't see the picture either, but we'll get it, America. Don't worry.
Magic of television. I don't see the picture.
There's our picture. There's our picture, America. That little guy, that's Bo Nix. That's the
Bo
young
Nix.
man.
That's easy. Yeah.
That's the young man that Gus Malzahn just named his starting quarterback as a true freshman. The last time that a true freshman started at quarterback on the Plains, 1946. So let's discuss Bo Nix. A lot of people don't know much about him. Pollack, what should we expect from Bo Nix?
Well, I think it has to go to what to expect from Auburn offense. Last year, atrocious. So bad with Jared Stidham, who was an experienced quarterback who came back and, expected big things. Offensive line better. Bo Nix and Gus Malzahn together. Gus Malzahn calling plays for the first time officially since 2015. This is his kind of a quarterback. It's got to be a quarterback that can run the football and then make big plays down the field, right? You're not going to see a ton of variation from this offense. It's not overly complicated, but can Bo Nix be a guy that can run the football, get outside the pocket, be a running back, and make those plays down the field? That's what we're going to find out. Oregon's going to challenge him day one. But Gus Malzahn now attaching his play-calling duty in this Auburn team to a true freshman for the first time in a long time.
Fellas, after this spring, I thought it would be Joey Gatewood at the starting spot because of the athletic ability, how big and physical and punishing he was as a runner. But everything coming out of Auburn says that Bo Nix took the step forward with his arm talent downfield. Here's the thing I'm excited about. The thing we used to talk about 3 to 4 years ago with Auburn's offense is they have 3 plays within 1 play. And you can't do that without an athletic quarterback. Bo Nix gives them that availability. 2, this dude was a winner in high school, which is translated for Jake Fromm. Davey, you're close to that Georgia program, going to the next level, being around. And then 3, I think we can't dilute the fact that Gus Malzahn will be calling plays once again. It was always this little weird mix with him and Chip Lindsey and who was calling the offense and what was the confusion. So finally they have things streamlined there. Bo Nix seems to be the guy that can run this offense at a high level.
Coach Malzahn did say that Gatewood is also going to have to play, so I think they're leaning on both these quarterbacks. He realizes these guys are young. We don't know what Nix is going to do. We know his lineage. We know that he's a bookworm. He loves to be in the room. He loves to study film. But it's a different story when you get out there between those lines and you're going to be on the national game against Oregon, against a quarterback on the other side, and Justin Herbert, that you know has been there and done it and could be the best quarterback in the country. Then we see if this young man can handle the pressure and go out there and make these plays you guys are talking about. If he can, Auburn will have a chance. But that defense of Auburn is going to have to play very well to put him in a good position to be successful.
A lot of people really looking forward to that quarterback matchup, but the matchup most of us can't wait to see is Oregon's tremendous offensive line against Auburn's tremendous defensive line. So I ask you guys who you got, Galloway, Oregon's O-line, or Auburn's D-line?
I can't even believe you asked this question with two former SEC defensive linemen on the show. I would like to say Oregon's offensive line, but I can't. I would like to say it just to upset these two, but I can't do it. What we know about the SEC as a whole is the defensive linemen in the SEC are different than anywhere in the country. And although Oregon's returning all their starters in the front on their offensive line, they've not seen a defensive line like Auburn is going to bring in this game. And so I'm going with the Auburn defensive line, and then I'll let these guys get excited talking defensive linemen here. Here we go.
I'll simmer it down a little bit for you. Oregon has a lot of guys up front that have played a lot of time. I think here's the X factor for this. I like Auburn up front and their defensive line and what they can do. I also like Justin Herbert's ability to run the football. And here's the thing. Run a fast tempo, scramble, get some extra first downs. If they're going to win this battle, Oregon has to win this battle, Joey, in the third quarter and in the fourth quarter. It ain't going to be in the first quarter just hitting Auburn in the mouth. That's not going to work. So it's the long game, the long play for Oregon. It's not going to be the short-term play. And Justin Herbert gives them a chance to bring some of that with him against Auburn's defensive line.
We're so glad you're watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, make sure you subscribe to ESPN Plus. We'll see you there.